Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. And to finish off the Eternal season, I wanted to showcase Vayne Rumble. If you love decks that your opponent cannot interact with, then this is one of them, right? The whole idea with this deck is just going all in on Rumble with the spell shield and being able to have a lot of support cards that let your Rumble attack over and over and over and over again, right? Like you get your Overwhelm, you get your Rune Reckoner, you get your Bane, you can get your Cataclysm. Like you have so many ways to attack multiple times while also giving your Rumble the Overwhelm so that you're able to just push all these damage against the opponent and they really cannot do anything to you because you have Spell Shield. Like even decks that play stuff like Vengeance are a little bit too slow at stopping your Rumble. So unless the opponent has the exact answer that they need, it's going to be really hard and they won't be able to interact with your win condition. So if that's your style of gameplay, then this is the video for you. So hope you enjoy the games coming up soon. And if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. Enjoy the games. In this matchup, we're going against Samira. I'm going to hard mulligan for this Rumble. We get the legendary charge, so close enough to Rumble himself, right? We can play this Blaze Squire. I can play this Blaze Squire, get myself that blade. We have the Rune Reckoner, which is gonna be really good. So now we're just looking for the Overwhelm. We're looking for the Overwhelm. Getting the strikes again wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I mean, if you wanna take that, I'm okay with that. We'll pass here. If the opponent plays action, we have the Squire, right? So that's why they couldn't play anything. So that's literally why they couldn't play anything, right? Let's just draw this now. Let's just draw this now. This is interesting, right? Because the opponent has made it so that I don't have anything to discard. But I also think that playing this Rumble now is probably the best time to do it. So if we go here, do we let go of the Rune Squire so that we can have the Rune Reckoners to attack with? Let's go like this. I think I'm gonna opt to have both Rune Reckoners. And if we ever get the Overwhelm equipment here, we'll get the Overwhelm equipment, right? We'll attack like this. Opponent's gonna have to start blocking. We'll have this form up. We can play the Rune Reckoner next time, which should allow me to level up the Rumble. We don't have the Overwhelm equipment, but we have form up and we have this Midnight Raids that let me save my unit. Let's keep the double form up. Let's keep the double form up. We can beat one. Okay, so we cannot beat. We cannot beat the Shapestone, right? We cannot beat the Shapestone. Opponent really opened themselves up to losing to a Cataclysm or Strike. So there's a chance that they actually don't attack here. They might be thinking that we have a Whirling Death or a Riposte. Right? So Riposte, Whirling Death. There's so many outs here. But they have to risk it. They have to risk it. They didn't risk it. Right, okay. So they didn't risk it, so we'll go ahead and just level up this Rumble. Okay. They can try to level up Samira.
Not a chance.
So they need 3 more cards to level up the Samira, right? We level up the Rumble.
Good, you go.
Okay. They can have Flare plus 2 more cards to level up this girl. We can always Scorch Earth that Warlord's Palace, by the way, but it might be better.
We know how to prepare.
Might be better to just Scorch Earth like the Samira if the opponent blocks with her. Maybe it was worth it for us to attack with everything just so that the opponent would have been baited to block with Samira, right? Okay. Now, I have to be careful. Opponent can level up Samira here. Is it worth it to get rid of this Warlord's Palace? I still don't know that that's true. We're just gonna get as much value as we can from this guy here. Like, there's no way for me to stop Samira.
Physical discomfort systems online.
There's no way for me to stop Samira, right? Because they cannot challenge my Rumble, though, so that's good for us. So they cannot challenge my Rumble. They can get the search from the Warlord's Palace. Do I want to give them that search? Is my question. Like, I feel like I need the Scorched Earth, right? The Willing Death gives me a lot of answers. Because I can just Willing Death the Samira on the stack. We still have this double form-up. Like, how do you beat this Willing Death? So Willing Death plus form-up, that's 5, 7. We have 10. So I actually don't want to play... I don't want to play the Wound Reckoner, right? I think I want to have the Wound Reckoner. I want to have the Wound Reckoner. So, let's go like this, right? No, let's go like this, right? We're gonna go like this and just go Willing Death. Opponent will have to have, like, Shapestone to be able to stop this. And then we have the form-up. Absolver doesn't do it, right? She still dies because of the form-up. Yeah. So we go form-up. And that's why I didn't want to play the Reckoner, because I might need the second form-up this turn. And there goes Samira. And without Samira, how does the opponent beat us? Without Samira, how does the opponent beat us? We didn't get the Overwhelm, at least, for them. They could play... Yeah, I can play this. I can play this Bum Mech, right? I think that's safe. Let's just go here. We have the Scorched Earth for this action, so I'm not too worried about this action. So next turn we have 8 plus 1, which is 9. So this is 4, 7, 8, 9. Wait. Wait a second. This Mariner is kind of crazy. This Mariner is kind of crazy. So we could go ahead and play the Mariner right now, but I don't want to give them... I kind of don't want to give them an action. I don't want to give them an action, so I'm just going to go like this. We have Cataclysm now, and remember, we have this Scorched Earth. So I'm kind of chilling here. I'm very much chilling here. We get a Little Dipper. So we get a Little Dipper. We can go Cataclysm first, right? I like the Cataclysm. Let's kill this action now that the opponent spend their resources on it. It does mean that if the opponent finds their if the opponent okay, they have the second action, so I guess we'll go here. Force them to block the second one again. Alright. Like, we just attack again here. We push another 2 damage. Opponent's forced to lose the action. I should have kept the Cataclysm for Samira, by the way. I think playing the Cataclysm on action was a mistake. I should have just gone for the Ruin Reckoner instead, right? So, a slight misplay there towards the end that will potentially cause me to lose the game, because Samira is what they need to kill us with. But we still just ended up getting so many resources there, even without having the Overwhelm. And it all happened from that one attack with that one turn where the opponent didn't attack, right? We had the double form up, so I understand why. And then we ended up having the Willing Death with the form up to kill their Samira, so GG's. In this match, we're going against the Poro King. So they're going to have a lot of units. So they're always going to have chump blockers, right? So what we need to look for here is definitely going to be like the Overwhelm. So we definitely need to find the Overwhelm. We can actually get the Blade here if we chump block with the Squires. I guess that means that we have to use the blade fragments though for us to do that. We can go Rune Squire to go for the Daring Poro. Stop that Daring Poro for being able to push damage. I think I kind of like going for the blade fragment, right? Like, we can discard the Legionary Charge. Let's go like this. They're gonna actually go for the British Steel. They're gonna keep their elusives then, right? So they want to keep their elusives and try to kill us with the elusive. If we want to go for the Blade Fragment, we're gonna have to keep all 3 blades. We can technically discard this Bane. The problem is that the Squire is not gonna die anytime soon, right? Like, we can technically discard this Tumble to get this Rumble on the field. So we can go Tumble, Legionary Charge.
Gave me quite a fright. Where'd they go off to?
1 mana. I just blocked the Sinister Poro, right? Why would I not block this Poro? You don't have anything that can kill this Bane. I think we just blocked the Poro. It gets rid of 1 blocker as well, so we have 1 less blocker for the Rumble. It's a greedy. Is this greedy for me to actually play for the Blade Fragment? Because the problem is that the Blade Fragment still requires me to have this Squire die. But they just have so many They just have so many chump blockers that are gonna be cheap. So if I don't have the Overwhelm, I'm just losing. So Legionary Charge for sure. We can discard the Tumble. Do we discard the second Rumble here? Do we discard the second Rumble? Or is it just... You know what? I'm gonna go crazy here. I'm gonna discard that second Rumble. I'm gonna keep both of the fragments. I'm gonna see if I can find a way to chump block with the Squire, and the Willing Death can allow me to deal with the elusives if they ever become a problem. Right? So you get your Party Poro, we'll attack like this. You give me the blocker. Next time we get the Tumble. We can play the Blade Squire and the Tumble if needed. We can save the mana and just play Tumble the turn after too. That's no problem. Okay, we get the Overwhelm Fragment anyways. So we get the Overwhelm Fragment anyways. The last one that we need. Alright, so we probably want to go for the Willing Death here if the opponent gifts it to us. We'll go ahead and set up this blade right now. Yeah, the opponent's just going to try to go for their... Yeah, so they're going to just try to chump us with their elusives. They will not attack with the Poro here anymore. So this is going to be 6. I go down to 10. We do have this Tumble, and again, we'll have the Overwhelm. We'll have the Tumble, and we'll have the Overwhelm, plus the +4. If opponent finds another Poro Snacks and gets another elusive, they can get there. But it's looking very dicey for them to have exactly that, right? Affectionate Poro? Okay, so they don't go for it. They just want to have themselves another blocker. That's fine. Tumble. We can put the quick attack on the Bane, to be honest. Yeah, we can go like this. Go Overwhelm. Go +2. I need a strike, right? I'm gonna go for the Blade of Exile. So this is 9. Well, the opponent has the Poro Herder. I wonder if it makes sense for me to try to search. They got the other elusive. I think we go like this. If we get another +2, that would have been nice, but we didn't. This is gonna force them to have to block with some of their units. Right? So this is gonna force them to have to block with some of their units. We can play the Tumble. If they don't block, they're losing. They have to block with their elusives. So by playing the second Wind Weaver, I'm forcing them to block with the elusive. Because otherwise the Tumble just finishes the game. Yeah, so we just win the game, right? There's nothing that they can have. Alright, so they get to survive, but they have to... They lose all their elusives. So they have to block with everything just to survive. They use the Poro Snacks. Then we attack with the tumble. And we have overwhelm again for next tumble the next turn. So yeah, we go like this. We tumble. The tumble forces them to block with another one of their elusives. Otherwise they lose the game. Because the Rumble is going to be dealing 12 damage, right?
Maximum.
So the Rumble is going to be dealing 12 damage. So they have to go ahead and block the Rumble. Having that last Wing Weaver helped that a lot. Because without that second Wing Weaver, opponent could potentially be able to block properly. Yeah. You go down to 2. And then next turn we have another tumble. Let's go ahead and play the Crasher just for fun. And we again and again, that's why I wanted to go for the Overwhelm. Like I chose to discard like another Rumble, a Legendary Charge, is because I really needed to have this Overwhelm to be able to actually go through their bunch of chump blockers, because that's what the Poro King that casts, right? They have a lot of chump blockers that they can just continuously do whatever they want with. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Samira and Zoe. So this is going to be just Invoke deck, right? I like the Bane a lot. But I also feel like I probably just need to go for the Rumble. But it's so tempting to have this Bane. Okay, we ended up getting the Rumble anyways. It's so tempting having this Bane, right? Because it just lets my Rumble just have so much value. We don't have any Overwhelm equipment right now, so the opponent can easily just like chump block my Rumble for a while. This Bloody Business allows me to deal with the Samira. So does the Whirling Death if the opponent tries to pull the Bane with like a Pell Cascade. They only mulligan one card, so I'm guessing they have a turn 1 Zoe here. Right? Like this has to be the turn 1 Zoe? I guess not. I want to have the discard fodder. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my card into their blocker. Let them block. That's one less unit that can block the Rumble later. I have to play around the Samira plus Spell Cascade combo. So I don't know how much I want to play this Bane. Yeah, I don't know if playing that Bane was ever gonna be correct there, right? We could still just go for this Rumble here. I'm not opposed to it. I might keep both the Whirling and the Bloody Business and the Repose. Let's go like this. Let's go like this. Just start putting pressure into them right away. We can play Bane next turn. Opponent can block with the Scamp. Moonsilver. Cosmic Call. Yeah. Cosmic Call for 7 mana. That's pretty good. The problem here is that you still... They chose not to block the Overwhelm hit. The non-Overwhelm hit, sorry. So if we get an Overwhelm anytime... Okay, so we're gonna go Repose, right? So we can... I see what they did it now. So the Repose doesn't kill it. I guess let's go Squire. We can go Repose and Whirling Death. Or we can just go Reposed. Potentially get the Overwhelm and just play this Bane. Wow, that's a big play, right? Opponent chose a big play here with the Scourge. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. We didn't get the Overwhelm, so that kind of sucks for us. So the opponent's gonna do the same thing next turn, but then again, we have the Cataclysm now. We can attack 3 times here. So we can attack 3 times here. They're gonna have the Repose, and they're gonna get punished by my Whirling Death. They're gonna get punished by the Whirling Death and give me 2 more impact damage. Like, oh, okay, that sucks. That really sucks for them. Here's the question: do we ever actually go for this tumble? I dig it. I dig this tumble. I like the tumble. This is pushing 2 more damage. Opponent has to block. We'll have Cataclysm and another tumble next turn, which will allow me to level up the Bane. And then after that, we'll get 0 mana tumbles for the rest of the game. So opponent has nothing, right? Opponent has nothing here that really stops us. We can tumble and cataclysm. They get star shaping. But there's nothing that they can play here. Like there's nothing that they can play here. We'll just go like this. Get another 2 damage. Again, we'll level up this Vayne with the Cataclysm. I guess if the opponent doesn't play anything, they did play something. So we go Cataclysm. Vayne levels up. And from now on, we have a 0 mana Tumble. Yeah. We just had everything, right? We just had everything to answer their big Celestial. And that's how these games are going to go sometimes. So GG's. In this match, we're going against the Mirror. So Rumble Vayne versus Rumble Vayne. So we get a Rumble. We get a Rumble. We have Cataclysm. Like, I feel like I should keep one of these strikes, right? And I'm thinking Cataclysm might be the better one to keep. We do need things that we need to discard for the Rumble. We get the Ruin Weaver, so that gives us 1 discard fodder. This gives us another discard fodder. So we have our discard fodder here that we need for the Rumble. We have the attack token on 4. So, I mean, sorry, the opponent has the attack token on 4. So we're a little bit in trouble here because of that. Like, the fact that the opponent has the attack token on 4 means that the Rumble will get to attack first. We don't have the Overwhelm, but I guess we could get it with the Ruin Weaver. So the opponent's Rumble will get to attack first, right? We don't get the Overwhelm, so we end up with Quick Attack at +2. This is 6 damage if the opponent's doesn't block. Opponent also hasn't shown us any units. If they don't have any units, this Rumble is gonna... Ooh, yeah. Like, if all they have is just Rumble and no units, they will lose just because they will not be able to deal with all the damage I push with my own Rumble. Because this is already 6 damage here, and if they have, I'm gonna force them to have to block, right? So I can force them to have to block with the Rumble. By the way, we also have this form up. So we could technically play Rumble and have the form up to stop their Rumble, which is not bad. You know, they will have the spell shield. I guess if the opponent gets like an Overwhelm here, like if they have the Overwhelm equipment that they can just equip, that kind of puts you in a bad position. Even though the opponent got the correct attack token, they're attacking on 4. We were able to push 6 damage into them, and we're about to play this Rumble. And even if the opponent plays their Rumble, which they're gonna have to discard 3 cards for it, and they went for Squire. Wait. You had the Squire and the Ruin Weaver and just chose not to play it? I don't think that's correct, right? So we'll go like this. This keeps 3 real cards in my hand. Okay, so they do have the Grey Hammers, right? So since they have the Grey Hammers, this just means that we don't do anything here. We just say okay. Because now we can go ahead and attack. Like, let's say that we open, right? We open attack. Okay, can the opponent kill us here? They cannot. Because I'm not gonna give them the actions. Like, they can attack here. They're gonna have to block with the Rumble, right? There is one way that they can kill us. If they go Cataclysm into my Rumble. If they go Cataclysm into my Rumble, they can kill us. If they also have a Whirling Death to follow up with. So I think I commit this now. Because if the opponent plays a Whirling Death right now, that means that they don't have Cataclysm anymore. And my Cataclysm will go through their spell shield. But if the opponent has their form up, they get to survive. So that is a problem. So if the opponent has a form up themselves, alright, so we just win the game, right? I guess we don't win because the opponent can just block with the Squire. So we don't win because the opponent can block with the Squire. What I need to do is remove the spell shield now, so that my Rumble levels up, and next turn we can just Cataclysm the Rumble again and kill it before it can kill us. So we'll go like this. Opponent gets to survive. Our Rumble levels up. We will have Cataclysm to go after the Rumble. And we will still have Spell Shield. So if the opponent doesn't have another set of 2 strikes, we should be okay. I get the Overwhelm here, right? So I will get the Overwhelm. I do get the Overwhelm here. So we could also just go Overwhelm into the Cataclysm if necessary. So like opponent has to attack, right? Opponent has to attack. Here's my problem. I do not want to put a unit on the field, because if I put a unit on the field and the opponent has another strike, they just win the game. This is going to be just 3 damage, so it doesn't make sense to do it. We'll just go like this. If the opponent has a form-up, they win the game. Otherwise, they lose their Rumble here. Even if they have a second Rumble, they don't have enough mana to play a follow-up with the Rumble, right? So they could have a second Rumble here, but they don't have the mana to actually play a Cataclysm or play the Rune Reckoner or play anything else, right? So I'm okay here. And then we just win with the open attack with the Rumble. So having that Cataclysm last turn on the Rumble to remove the spell shield was important. The reason why I didn't block with these units, by the way, is because if I put the block here and the opponent has a Whirling Death or a Bloody Business, they can do it on the stack on the unit that is blocking and get another 2 impact damage. And because they have Overwhelm, it doesn't even matter. Now, opponent does have an answer here, right? If they have a Cataclysm, they can go hammers into Cataclysm and they win the game. So they had exactly a cheaper unit. Right? They have it. No, I mean, they had the Cataclysm and they end up finding a cheap unit from the Rumble, which was enough to just win them the game, right? So anything else that was more than 1 mana, an opponent would have lost there. So GG's. In this matchup, we're gonna get Ziggs Taliyah, so we get to go against the deck that we showcased yesterday. I definitely like the Blaze Squire, because I feel like I want to have enough units so that I'm not just dying to the opponent's aggression. So we can play this Blaze Squire. That Scorched Earth ends up being really good to be able to punish like a Rider Arcane. We definitely want to get Rumble eventually, right? But this is not a bad start to stop the opponent from just being able to aggro us down, because they do have the cards to like aggro us down if we're not careful. We have the Hookmaster, and this our Rumble. We block here. Let's pass. Let's pass. Opponent's not gonna attack here, right? We can play this Hookmaster now, and it's kind of almost the same thing. Like, I even like this Shepherd's Authority. So I like this Shepherd's Authority. I can always discard it with the Rumble. That devout is a little bit annoying, though. We have to attack with it, though. I think we have to attack with it just so that we can have more discard fodder for Rumble. So I want to have more discard fodder for this Rumble, so I think I like attacking there. Six. Alright, so we can go for the Legendary Charge. Oops. I almost did the wrong one, right? So we can go for the Legendary Charge here. If opponent wants to attack into me, I can always discard this stuff. If they don't, I have the Scorched Earth to punish. Okay, perfect. So they go ahead and attack anyways. Let's block here, and then we'll play this Rumble out.
One for you and one for you.
We'll have the Cataclysm. Riposte seems tempting, but I think with the Rune Reckoners, I should be okay. Yeah, I think I should be okay here. We'll have the Scorched Earth to punish we'll have the Scorched Earth to punish a couple things, right? We'll have the Scorched Earth to punish a Rite of Arcane, which is the way that the opponent kills this Rumble. We won't be able to play Scorched Earth and Cataclysm next turn though. So we can go like this first. And then we'll be able to level up this Rumble anyways with the Cataclysm, or with the... I think I like the Cataclysm better. Just so that... I mean, I guess the Void Reckoner gives me a blocker. But I want to be able to have 2 mana to be able to protect my Rumble, right? So here you go. They go for Drop the Bomb, right? They go for Drop the Bomb, but unfortunately for them, I can Cataclysm and get my Spell Shield right back. So this lets me get the Spell Shield right back and forces... Yeah, this is GG's, because now I get the Spell Shield right back. Opponent knows it. So even though they went for the Drop the Bomb, it doesn't matter. If they had the Quicksand, they would have gone Quicksand plus Rite of Arcane. So the fact that they didn't tells me they didn't have it. So they get the Sarcophagus, but it is what it is. So GG's. Hey, welcome back everyone. Hope you enjoyed those games of Rumble Bane. I think we had a lot of fun games this time around. I think the Samira Akshan game was really close, and it came to like really minuscule decisions. That mirror against the other Rumble Bane player was actually crazy, right? Like he came to exactly 1 mana, right? Exactly 1 mana. If they get any other Mecha Yodels that cost them at least 2 mana after the reduction, they would not have been able to find the lethal. They would have been able to at least play it and potentially, you know, I guess they wouldn't even survive next turn because I had the impact. So again, but that's how it is sometimes. We ran into what we're playing, right? We ran into what we're playing, that if we have it, we have it. If they have it, they have it. Like, that's how you're gonna play this deck. Because if the opponent has the answer, they have it. If they don't have the answer, you just win in like 5 minutes. And that's kind of what you saw in some of the matchups today. Strategy with this deck is simple. It's all in on Rumble. So you want to just go all in on Rumble. But before you play that Rumble, you are able to play stuff like Squire, Hookmaster, Rune Squire, and the Ruin Weaver, so that you're able to get some of those blade fragments as discard fodder, so that you're not actually discarding your useful cards when you get to play that Rumble. So don't be afraid to go ahead and just play play those units early, again, so that you can get that discard fodder, and the opponent will have and you have a better time instead of discarding some of your critical cards like Willing Death, Bloody Business, or Repose, etc. So that's kind of the general strategy. Early units first, and then on turn 4, turn 5 the latest, play that Rumble and start trying to level up that Rumble. If you can stick a Bane somewhere in between that, that's also great, because the tumbles are really useful for the Rumble, especially if you also have a great hammers in your hand. So units first, Rumble second. Once you have the Rumble in the field, it's all about protecting that Rumble and just being able to attack with that Rumble. So you can protect that Rumble with Repose, as you saw against the Samira Zoe player, or you can protect them with Bloody Business if you need to deal with like a challenger, or even Willing Death, as we did against the Samira player, to be able to kill their Samira. So just gotta play it out like that, and you'll get to a really good position. In terms of mulligan, I do like to keep at least 1 Rumble. If I see 1 Rumble, I keep it. It's better than having the legendary charge. I do think you don't be afraid to have mulligan for Rumble. The only thing that I will keep instead of Rumble will be 1 Bane, because against the tumble can be really useful. But even then, in certain situations, in certain matchups, don't be afraid to mulligan the Bane as well. Just to try to actually get your Rumble and be able to raise the opponent down. Of course, if you're going against an aggressive deck, you might have to keep some early blockers. So just keep that in mind as well. But for the most part, it is correct to have mulligan for the Rumble, and that will give you the value that you need to just win the game. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed today's games. If you did, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund, which change every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. We won't have any videos coming out tomorrow. Actually, we won't have any videos coming out on Wednesday. I'm still gonna try to do a Patch Notes breakdown tomorrow, but I am away on a work trip right now, so this will be the last video for a while. So the last gameplay video for a while. So yeah, I'll see you all when I come back. Enjoy your rest of your week and enjoy the new expansion.